Our final character on today's walk is Mr. Richard Shipley. He was born in Bloomington in 1903. At the age of 16, he did what many dream of doing but few dare to do. He ran off and joined the circus. He spent 1 year with the circus and then returned to live with his parents at 907 West Locust Street in Bloomington. Around 1923, he began a nearly 20-year career with the Ringling Brothers, who were makers of confections and ice cream. He worked for the company as a driver, a clerk, a foreman, and even as an ice cream maker. Sometime around 1940 or 1941, when he was 37, Mr. Shipley ran off and joined the circus once more. He joined the elephant department at the Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey Circus, where he was promoted to the head of the department after just 4 years. An elephant department head or superintendent was responsible for not only the care and training of the elephants, but also the management and the instruction of his assistants. In 1949, Shipley began managing the elephants for the Clyde Beatty Circus, and he also trained ponies there. During his time there, Mr. Shipley appeared in the 1954 movie Ring of Fear, which starred Clyde Beatty and his circus. Shipley played himself, appeared in the movie several times on screen, and was referred to by name in dialogue. The film was shown locally at the Irvin Theater. John Wayne, although uncredited, co-produced the film through his film company, Wayne Fellows Productions, and I hear it's still available on Netflix. Shipley spent the last 10 years of his circus career working with the Carson and Barnes Circus. His career ended in 1969 after his eyesight began to fail. He returned home to where his sister still lived, and she cared for him for about a year before he moved on to a nursing home in Lincoln, Illinois, where he died in 1973. Now let's head on over to the big top and hear the thrilling tales Mr. Shipley has to share of his 28 years as an elephant trainer.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Mr. Shipley.
What are you, some grassroots group here to complain about animal cruelty? Listen, I carry this bull hook because an elephant can kill you. An elephant can crush a man. You think I'm kidding? That monument back there, it'd be like it's sprouting 4 legs, walking over here and sitting on you. You think I'm kidding? An elephant named Dorothy sat on me. Well, she did a headstand on me, part of her circus act. Broke my collarbone, crushed my ribs. The year before that, she killed a man, doing a headstand on him. But he was a new guy, so I guess she just thought he was a barrel. Well, instead of getting rid of her, they sold her to the Carson and Barnes Circus, where I was the new elephant superintendent. So there I was in Oklahoma, visiting the elephants in their winter quarters when I reached down to adjust her ankle brace and woof! An elephant crushing the air out of me. Well, after that, they were going to take her out in public and shoot her, and I would have gone to see it. But a bunch of soft-hearted people like you raised some big fuss, and, they just sent her to the Tulsa Zoo. It wasn't her fault. She wasn't trained well. I mean, the zoo was the only place left for her. Dorothy was through in the circus. Elephants have to be trained, and they have to be trained well. And you have to start when they're 2 or 3 years old. And this is what we use, the bull hook. Now, male elephants are bulls, and female elephants are cows, just like cattle. And, in the circus, we just refer to most of them as bulls. This tool comes from the tradition of the mahout, the elephant trainer in India. Most circus elephants are Indian, some Asian. The African ones, they're a little bit tougher to train. I dressed as a mahout sometimes, in a turban and robe when I was in the ring. But usually, I just wore my loose pants and a jacket and my captain's hat. In the ring, I was Captain Shipley. I did wear Arab garb once. in that movie, Ring of Fear, with the Clyde Beatty Circus in it. Well, I'm not an actor, but I guess I could play myself. But back to the bullhook. Now, it's not like we use it just to hurt them or just to be mean to them all the time. Anybody who would do that is a bad trainer and a fool. Elephants are smart. Well, okay, some of them are. They're just like humans. Some of them are smart and some of them are stupid. But if you're mean to an elephant, it could hold a grudge. And you know what they say, elephants never forget. But elephants do forget, which is why you have to train them in a daily routine so they remember her signals. The only reason I'm not dead is because there was a trainer there, Freddie Logan, when Dorothy tried to do her headstand on me. And well, he gave her the signal for show's over, and she got up right away. Freddie was a good trainer. You know how a good trainer does it? With patience. And talking to them real gentle and friendly. Once they know what you want them to do, the voice without the bullhook, that'll work wonders. But the bullhook wisely used, that sends a message. You see, elephants are thin-skinned. Yeah, I know. They look thick-skinned. Feel like cement, got that thick, wiry hair you have to burn off with a blowtorch. But they have sensitive areas around the ears, the chin to mouth, the ankles, the feet. Those are the places you have to touch to get them to obey. Train them well and they're yours. They'll work wonders for you in the ring and in the parades. They'll help you pull up the big top and pull circus wagons out of the mud. There is nothing stronger than an elephant. They're good creatures. You train them well and you treat them right. I was just a kid, 16, when I ran off to join the circus. I spent a year with the Ringling Brothers, and then I came home, spent 20 years with Boylan's Ice Cream as a driver, mostly delivering around town. Oh, I clerked a bit, but I am no soda jerk. I am much better with animals than I am with people. Well, then my dad died, and well, I went back again, because circus people are the greatest folks in the world. I remember my mother came to visit me once in Kansas City. I'd always send tickets if we were going to be near. And she was in my trailer and she saw $1,500 loose cash sitting in there, and she goes, "Oh, you better put that away." I said, "Mom, circus people would never steal from one another. They might buy a beer off you." They used to call me Schlitz when I had the beer concession. Always kept a few cold ones in the trailer for the circus folks. It's good times. Good times. But, you know, I was getting a little old for handling the bulls and feeling it in my broken bones, losing my eyesight, but, well, I guess there were some things I'd never want to see again. I was in Hartford, Connecticut, scene of the Great Fire, July 6th, 1944, hot as hell. Some idiot lit a cigarette and threw it on a circus tent. And the problem was, it wasn't fireproof. It had been waterproofed with paraffin, thinned with gasoline. It went up just like that. Well, you can bet the bulls knew it right away, very sensitive creatures. I had to get 30 elephants out of there before they panicked. So we quickly undid their chains and we let them out of the tent, past the cars and things, tried to find a shady area, and we found a little area, and we brought hay, calmed them down, and chained them back up. Hell of a day. Awful, awful stench when they started bringing the bodies out wrapped in blankets. Innocent children, their families, just came to see the circus. Over 160 died. Hell of a day. But you know, a smart elephant knows perfectly well how to undo her ankle brace and get herself a drink if you haven't taken care of her quick enough. We had this one old cow, and I'm not naming any names, but she used to reach down with her trunk and undo her ankle brace, walk over to the water truck, unscrew the cap with her trunk, set it on top of the tank, and then reach in and get herself a big, long drink. Then she'd stroll back to her spot, cool as a cucumber. Then she'd undo her friend's chain and take her over for a drink. You know, you can't let them get uppity, but you got to admire their ingenuity. Treat your elephants with respect, and you'll earn their respect and their affection. Tell you another little secret I've learned about the bull hook. Works really great for sticking in the ground and leaning up against. I've become awfully good at taking naps while standing. Don't mind if I do. Take care.
This year, the Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey Circus sent the last of its circus elephants into retirement at the Ringling Center for Elephant Conservation in Central Florida. Although some hail this decision as a victory for more humane treatment of animals, others will miss, as described by a Clyde Beatty circus program from 1949, those ponderous, lovable, hulking harlequins of the animal kingdom.